Hey, YouTubies, how you doing today? Glad you stopped in the old Steve-O's base camp. What I wanted to show you is a few little goodies that I do. You might want to incorporate this into your deal. I don't know. But I've been doing this for some time and it's working out great. It keeps me out of the doctor's office because I like doing my own thing. Alright, tinctures, yeah. I use a lot of tinctures. I got, as you can see, a bunch of them here. We'll go over a few. This one here, hawthorn berry, excellent. Motherwort, excellent blood pressure, excellent lowering blood pressure. Saw palmetto. I'm fixing to do a show on collecting the berries and making the tincture. Got a couple other ones. There's a tea-up formula, pine pollen tincture. Adapt to it. Now this is an adaptogen. If you look that up, there's about 8. I think there's 8 different herbs that I use in this adaptogen. And what I do, I make them up in quarts. I'll show you how to do that in a second with the skull cap. I'm getting a little low on my skull cap. Yeah, this has got like 8 different adaptogens in it. And what I do is I make them up. I take 1 ounce. Get it 1 ounce at a time. You can get this stuff from Rose Mountain. Good company. I love them. Been using them for years. All organic, certified. This happens to be skull cap. We're going to tune that up in a minute. And I make them up in the quarts. And then what I do is I take a stainless steel turkey baster and I suck out and put it in like a 4 ounce. I've got some of these 4 ounce bottles that I've saved. I'll fill this completely 4 ounces up with each of the 8 tinctures and then put it into 1 quart. I'll label it on the top of the jar. Just take masking tape and mark the top of your jars, the date and what it is, because you're going to forget, trust me, you're going to forget it. So I put in 4 ounces of each of those 8 to make up this adaptogen. Alright, look that up. And yeah, that's some of those. And what I do is about 2 droppers full, like skull cap for instance. This one, I love this stuff. You get it, you've been working hard all day, you got achy muscles and this and that. And you're a little restless, you can't sleep or whatever. Take some of this. I take two droppers full, just like that, under the tongue. Let it lay there for about 30 seconds, and then you swish it down with a little water. Alright? These are sugar cubes, okay? We're going to go over that in a minute. Black seed oil, excellent stuff for knocking out all kinds of craziness out of your body. And speaking of craziness out of your body, parasites. I've been using this Dr. Clark's about twice a year. I go through these 3 bottles. This particular one is green black walnut blend. I take 3 of them at a time, because that bottle's 8 up. This one is Super W blend. It's got the wormwood and stuff in it. I take 2 of those at a time because they're gone. And then this one here is your cloves. Take 1 of them a day. Don't get too crazy with these things. These things are powerful, but these will kill out the eggs. You're killing out the parasites with these guys, but they're laying eggs in you. So you got to knock those out. So that's what I do there. All right. Now, we'll get into cannabis in a little bit. I would love to be growing it here, but my wonderful government won't let me because it's illegal, because it's a drug. No, it's not a drug, it's an herb, just like everything else I'm working with here. But our government has got you brainwashing thinking that it's a drug. No, cannabis, they call it marijuana, and the main guy in there, the main lawman in town now, Jeffro I call him, he says that he calls it marijuana. I think he called it marijuana, something like that. No, He insulted the plant. It's cannabis. I would love to be growing a can. It's illegal, but what is legal is this product here. This is excellent stuff, and it is hemp hearts. Now, where does this come from? Oh, this is coming from our people up the road, Canada. You know, why are we letting Canada make all this money? This is a superfood, folks. This stuff, I make a little chocolate, like a energy bar with this stuff. I use cacao and carob powder too sometimes. I take real maple syrup, okay? I take walnuts, chop them up real fine. I use the hemp seed. All this is hemp seed from an industrial plant, okay? This doesn't have the THC stuff in it. You could eat a 55-gallon drum of this stuff and you're not going to get high. This particular part here is from the industrial hemp. The hemp is a wonderful product. We should be growing this. You want to get this, Mr. Trump, get this economy jump started and rocking and rolling and get this country back on track. Hemp is the way to go, and you ought to be the next hemp farmer, like old George Washington and Jefferson too. They were hemp farmers. Well, here's another cool product, CBD oil. Now this stuff is nasty tasting, but if you put the peppermint in it, which they've done here with this company here, this is called Plus CBD oil, and yeah, you can get this down at your better health food stores. Now Jeffro may want to go ahead and have these two products put on the hit list also. I don't know, but this stuff is great. Matter of fact, this stuff here, it's in a pump. It's an oil, and it's only 1 milligram of CBD in it. But this stuff will make you, it give you some great dreams. It will relax you. You will sleep like a baby with this stuff. I'm telling you, and this is only 1 milligram. They had them up to 5 milligram, but I don't know. This was about 15 bucks for that. Let me show you this trick here. Now this is turpentine, okay? And if you read up on turpentine, this poison's going to kill you, okay? And I get mine from Circle G out of Georgia. A very cool place they have. They extract that turpentine just like you do the maple syrup. And I've seen their operation, all stainless equipment and no junk. This stuff, I mean, I've heard people going to Lowe's and getting their turpentine and doing this. I personally would not do that, okay? But what you do here, you get some light coming through a window here. You stack up only 3 cubes. You put your turpentine in a tincture bottle like this, all right? And what you're going to do is drop it on here and watch this stuff go down. Now what this turpentine is going to do is knock out any parasites in your body, candida, okay? Worms, parasites. Now what you're going to do is let this drop down. I can see it from the side here. And you drop it down and it's penetrated the top one, it's penetrated all the way through the second one, and just as you see it entering the bottom one, like I'm seeing now, you stop. That's your dosage, and that's about 1 teaspoon, okay? Alright, now this is not the best tasting in the world, but it's doable. You crunch this up. Now you're going to be burping a little bit of pininess for an hour or so. Oh, is that good? You know what that is? Stinging nettle infusion. Order it from these people here, okay? Rose Mountain. Alright, that's that little trick. How long have I been doing this turpentine? Years. I don't do it very often. Maybe once a month. That's all you need. If you're really overloaded with candida and parasites, if you did this every day, you'd get an offload of these parasites and you'd be kind of sickly for a while. But you just drink lots of water and you flush it out. Now, let's do this skull cap tincture. This is the way I do it. Very simple, easy to do. Now this is a dry herb, it's 1 ounce. You can see I got 1 ounce in there. Get you some vodka. You can do with dry, you can do 80. I like 100. I think I get a better extraction. I just get this outfit here, Skull. I think it's 18 bucks for yeah, 175 I think this is. Everybody's like, oh, Steve-O's getting hammered now, he's on the vodka. No, Steve-O don't get hammered no more. I used to. No, those days are over, folks. What little bit of alcohol you're getting with these tinctures is so minimal, it's ridiculous. What you're getting is the extraction of the plant material, okay? So don't get all puckered up over the fact that you're ingesting some alcohol. Now what you're going to do here is you're going to shake this, you're going to label this, you're going to date it. And then you're going to shake it every day. Some people say 6 weeks. I go a full 8 weeks. Then I've got a fine mesh strainer that I strain it through. Some people strain it through coffee filters. Muslin cloth, you can do that too. And that's it. Now you're going to shake this puppy up. That's it. And then you're going to come in every day, put this in a dark closet somewhere. I got a utility room in here that's dark that I put these in. I'm working with about 25 of these quarts of different things in my little regiment that I do. It's really cool once you get into this. You're doing your own thing and you find out any ailment that you have, okay? I don't care what it is. Go online, pull it up. What tincture is good for this problem, that problem, diabetes, cancer, all that stuff. Here's this black oil seed, good cancer deal. This hemp thing, great. Taking care of cancer. Most of these things are moringa. I make up these double lot capsules. I just went out and harvested. I've been having some moringa. I put them up in double lot capsules. I'll take 2 of those in the morning. If you're ill, you have cancer, I'd be doing 2 of these in the morning. And I'm not a doctor. No, not a doctor. This I would do if I had cancer. I do this stuff as prevention, okay? Dandelion root powder. You can take 1 or 2 of those a day. If I had cancer, got a good friend. She had both breasts removed well over a year ago. And then she was fine, then it went along, and then she started having gut issues, and then she went in and they checked her out, went through here, couldn't find nothing, went up there, couldn't find nothing, then they went through the belly, looked around, they said, uh-oh, pulled out, and they said, you're stage 4, you're toast, go home, get things in order, and get ready to check out. And so she called, the court's upset, and this and that, and my wife's upset, and this and that, best friend, and I said, no. I said, is she still thinking? She's very strong, she's smart, she's got a good brain. I said, no, she's got strong willpower. No, I don't think so. So she went on and on, and the doctor said, I can give you this, I can give you that, but we're not going to extend your life. You've got about 2 months before you check out. I said, I don't think so. So I told her, I said, you want a natural approach? She said, well, it won't do any good. I said, well, what makes you think that? She said, She said, I love your optimism. I said, listen, nature works. All this other stuff they're doing, people are dying left and right from, I call it death by doctor. Yeah, death by doctor. It's crazy, folks. No. Get on a natural approach. Get off the sugar. Now, I feed sugar to my bees, okay? Sugar is basically poison. It's a white poison. I feed it to them bees, and they take, because it's like nectar, because you're mixing it with hot water, okay? They turn that stuff into, they mix it with their enzyme, turn it into honey. Now, I'd much rather have, you know, the wild blooms and whatnot, but with me making bees, I have to jumpstart them with the sugar. Otherwise, no. Sugar, I don't do it. The only sweetener I use is stevia. And it comes in a bottle like this. It's got a squirt, stevia. I just call it Stevie. How's that? Would that be good? Okay, call it Stevie. I get it in bottles like this, and I use that, and I use also real maple syrup, a very small amount in, like I told you, the little energy bar that I make. You can make it with all the nuts, sesame seeds, almonds, ground up, and this and that, and you just add the cacao. This here, you don't need to measure nothing. You put it in a double boiler, you throw in some coconut oil in there to get it liquefied, and then you start dumping in a little bit of your maple syrup until you get the taste that you like. And then put the paper in the bottom, the wax paper in the bottom of a pan, dump it in, level it out, throw it in the freezer. This is something you're going to have to keep in the freezer. And then after you come back in an hour and you can bust it all up, make like a rocky road out of it, throw it in a Ziploc, and you want a snack. That's the kind of stuff that I do, you know. And if you've got issues with candida, cancer, diabetes, the list goes on with these death by doctor clowns, yeah, you can go that way, but it's never coming out good because my friends, like I told you before, they're getting in the pine box like it's going out of style. It's ridiculous how many, then they're dying very young. So we don't want that, all right? So these are just a few things that I do. Keep on these guys. We want to be able to grow cannabis, because what I will do with the cannabis now, I may not necessarily smoke it, but I may. But what I will do is tincture it, and I will make RSO. RSO is Rick Simpson oil. Like I said in my very first video, walking the park, that guy ought to be put on a parade float and run up and down the highway all the time showing him off. This guy's came up with RSO. And RSO, what he does is very simple. You can do it. It can be dangerous. But he does it, you don't do it in an open flame. You do it in a rice cooker. And he takes like a pound of good bud, and he puts it in. He was doing this in California. They chased him out of there, and he's ended up, I understand now, he's in Canada doing this. And why the Canadians are allowed to do this and we're not is absolutely ridiculous. There's too much corruption going on with this cannabis. It's BS with cannabis, okay? It started all in the 30s, thanks to a paper man, lumber man. No, this thing's over with. And Mr. Sessions and Mr. Trump, you need to understand that people my age, which is your age, we get it, because we're all people from the 60s, and the 60s guys know. Now, all the guys that, I never did it in the 60s. I had a lot of friends. We're doing the cannabis, and all the ones that are dead now were mixing it, doing their cannabis, which wasn't hurting them a bit, a little cocaine and the booze and the cigarettes. All those guys are dead, okay? All the guys that I know, the old hippies, the smart ones, they do, what are they doing? They have a little tea, a little infusion, healthy infusion. And they do their cannabis. They're fine. No problemo. So, stop, Mr. Sessions, stop talking to us like we're a bunch of little children, because we're all your age and we know what's going on. I know you can convince maybe 12 years old, but you're acting like you're talking to 12-year-olds. No, you're not. You're talking to grown-ups. So stop that. Stop peeing on our leg and telling us it's raining, okay? The party's over. And now we're going to start, what we're going to do with you guys is, because you've already heard it from us, that 70% of the nation wants it. So I don't know where you guys are coming off with marijuana. It's not funny. It's harmful. It's a gateway drug. No, listen. That's like saying if you like licorice, that's a gateway to chewing tobacco because they both have molasses in them. Please, Mr. Sessions, stop peeing on our leg and telling us it's raining. Okay, that's enough of my big spiel. I hope this helps. You guys let me know what you think. I want you on the cannabis train. We're going to get it back. Now, we lost it in the 30s. It went on all the way back to Egyptian times. The Egyptians liked it so well, they went ahead and just chiseled that puppy right into the tomb walls, the imprint of that leaf into those tomb walls. That was their go-to. The Romans, they used it. They were running around hacking each other up with battle axes and this and that. That was their go-to medicine. There's nothing wrong with it. If the government wants to get into it, maybe they can do a little taxing thing. But yeah, everybody that I know that still uses it, the only cannabis product, like I said, I use are these two, this CBD and this wonderful hemp seed, which is fantastic. Look this up and see the benefits of that. It's incredible what nature will give you, okay? So that's enough from Steve-O today. Hey, to your health. I'll catch you on the next show. Be happy and make sure you tune in to Old Steve's World. Bye-bye.